Hello guys, it's Andrea, and today we take a look at all the ammo types for Insurgency. Okay, many people ask me what is the best type of ammo that should I use on Insurgency. Is maybe the hollow points because they need more supplies in order to be used on the game. Maybe the armor piercing because many people can use armor, especially on security, so I use armor piercing and I don't have to worry about that. Or maybe just screw them, I just kill in 1-2 shots anyway, why choosing a type of ammo at all? And I'm here to tell you that the answer is no type of ammo is the best one. All of them have their disadvantages and their advantages. So let's start talking about the type of ammos. Okay, right now you can see the normal type of ammo, the armor piercing and the hollow points, and next to them penetration power. But if you want to consider penetration, you have to consider also the type of weapon that you are using, what type of caliber of ammunition that weapon is using. So if you're using a sidearm, don't expect to go through walls so easily. And even if you do, your damage will be very low. So take that in mind. You can see 10 and 200, 8135. Those are the values the game uses in order to calculate if your bullets will go through a wall and how much damage the bullet will do. When watching the penetration power or the normal type of ammo is not really that great, but sometimes in this game we have to improvise, so sometimes shooting through a thin wall, a wooden wall, may be enough to kill the enemy. Just don't expect great results all the time, and if you want to take an advice, don't try to go through thin walls with a submachine gun. Just go through wooden walls if you really want to do it. So now we're seeing the damage, and I will make you understand how this works. So for example, we are using a weapon that deals 10 damage, we are using normal type of ammo, and we are hitting the head. You can see on the head the ammo multiplier is very important, understand guys. The ammo multiplier is 1, so that means the damage remains 10. Then we apply the body parts multiplier damage that we've seen in my previous video, and we will see this is 3, so that means your final damage will be 30. For the chest is different, it's 0.60, so your damage will be reduced by 40%, so you will deal 6 damage. Then you apply the multiplier for the chest, which is 3, and you will deal 18 damage. So you just to understand how this works, so you can read this thing all by yourself. So you can see with the normal type of ammo you deal normal damage on the head, less damage on the chest, on the stomach, but still it's better to hit the chest on the stomach if they don't have armor. If they have armor you will deal less damage. So depends on what the enemy is using. Then we take a look at the armor piercing. The armor piercing, it's amazing because it's one hit on the head, chest and stomach with all the weapon. It's amazing. You can go through really thick walls, you can shoot people with armor, kill them with still one shot, but you will deal less damage on the arms and on the legs. So take that in consideration where you're using a sidearm, for example, and using armor piercing. You can kill on one shot on the chest, but if you hit the arms, you're gonna take more shots. Or maybe when you're using a submachine guns, you can really control where the bullets are going, so you will hit a lot of times the arms and the legs. Take that in consideration. And then we take a look at the hollow points. The hollow points are not really meant for penetrating, but still will deal a lot of damage in all the part except the head. You will deal slightly less damage on the head. It's not really a big difference. But if you are the type of player that like to shoot through walls, those hollow points are not for you. But still we can see more damage on the chest and on the stomach than the normal type of ammo. My question is what I don't know. Does the ammo reduce even more the damage because we have less penetration power on the hollow points, or you will deal more damage anyway? This is my question guys. But still, if you use a hollow points, you don't want to use, a sniper rifle, a semi-automatic weapon. You want to use a weapon that really shoots the arms and the legs, and those are the submachine guns because you really can't control where they go. And after the video there I test the armor, you can see that wherever you hit the enemy, they will raise their arms every time you hit them. So if you're shooting an enemy that's in front of you and you're trying to hit the chest or the head, most of the time you will also hit the arms. And another question for me is, will the bullets, if those bullets have penetration power, a lot of penetration power, hit the arms then go to the chest, or just remain on the arms? This is another question, guys. If you're really into coding, you really know something about this. Anyway, so in my opinion, normal ammo is good if you really don't know what type of scenario you will encounter. And if you don't want to spend supplies, you want to use supplies for grenades, armor, whatever you need. Armor piercing is good for semi-automatic weapon, is good for sniper rifle, is good for the sidearm if you want to one-hit enemies, and shooting through walls and enemies with armor. Really important. Also, the hollow points are important when you use submachine guns, in my opinion. And if you want more damage overall and you don't care about penetration, you're always in the open. You have, the enemies that you are trying to hit are really exposed all the time. And this is very important because if the enemy is behind cover, you will hit the cover many times. With the armor piercing, you will still hit them, but without the armor piercing, the cover will absorb all the damage. And also, I forgot to tell you, if you hit the arms and the legs or the armor with the armor piercing, you will deal less damage. Not really a big difference considering the multipliers overall, but still something to take in consideration. With the submachine guns and stuff like that, guns they have less damage. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you can answer my question, it would be great. And also tell me what you think, what type of video would you like to see, and see you on the next video.